Hey guys, what is up? It's Matt here from Diamond Challenges. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys another video, my second episode in NFL Monday Recap, and I'm probably going to change the name tonight, the title. I may not. It's because again, it's not just going to be about NFL. Like today, we have a little bit to talk about for the NBA. But yeah. So I also wanted to specify before this video. I again apologize for the editing. Still trying to figure out a couple of things with video clips and translations and stuff like that. So I do apologize. It's going to be getting better soon. I have an idea of how to get the video clips in, and I'm going to try to see if I can get that figured out for the next episode. But I'll start off today by talking about the NBA, because there's only like two things I need to talk about for the NBA. The first one being the Cavaliers. We won our first game with Iman Shumpert back. That was pretty good. We actually killed them. I think all around it was a really good team effort. LeBron had a really good night, solid night. But I think something we had going for them is that we had Iman Shumpert back, and Iman Shumpert's like really one of my favorite players. Not just because like there's no real reason like you like LeBron because LeBron's LeBron. You like Kyrie Irving because Kyrie's Kyrie. I like Iman because I think he's like a really well-rounded player, and they had him back for the first night after his wrist injury and wrist surgery. And they did really good. They blew him out, and I give a congrats to them because they snapped their game-losing streak, and they got it back together. Then the last thing I want to talk about for the NBA involves the Golden State Warriors, who were like about I think 2 games ago were 24-0. Now they're 24-1 or 23-1. They lost to the Milwaukee Bucks like 105-98, I believe. Yeah, 108-95. This is kind of sad for them because I think it wasn't really that they weren't good or they didn't play well. It's just that they couldn't get it going in the fourth quarter, and they were down the rest of the game, and they kind of got it back up in the third, but then they couldn't get it going in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry, their best player, was like 2 of 8 from the three-pointers, and he's normally like unstoppable there. So that kind of sucks for them now because they had the record and they were just like they continually kept building the record up, because I think the record was at one point like 13-0, and they were at 24, so they just really continually set the record. Every game was the new record set. So that sucks for them. But keep going. I'm sure they'll be plenty fine until they reach the Cavaliers in the Christmas game. We're probably going to destroy them. All right. So next topic I want to talk about is the NFL. Really for the NFL, like last time I said, the video was kind of long. I want to narrow it down a little bit. I'm going to talk about 4 to 5 main topics. The first one, just 2 games actually. The Browns and the Steelers game. The Browns, good. They snapped like a 7-game losing streak when they beat the 49ers. They sacked Blaine Gabbert, the 49ers quarterback, 9 times, which is a franchise record. That's pretty good. I mean, our defense normally is hyped up a lot, but that never performs well, specifically with Joe Hayden out. So, I mean, it's pretty good that we did that. We definitely shut their offense down. And then, our offense got it reeling too with Johnny Manziel. Lucky for him because, he definitely needed some push in the team. The last thing for the team game is the Steelers game. They beat the Bengals. Good for the Steelers, I think. The Bengals are a good team, rival team. I feel bad for the Bengals because they lost their quarterback, Andy Dalton, to like a broken thumb or a thumb injury. And it said he's expected to be out for a while, so that's really not good because he's a pretty solid quarterback, and I think they do really need him to be successful. Another thing I want to talk about involves the Steelers game is if you guys haven't seen this video or haven't seen on news, you guys should go look it up. Again, I apologize for not being able to add the video. It was kind of funny. In the NFL, what happens is after you get a touchdown, you make a play. If you celebrate, you're allowed to celebrate, but only for a specific amount of time. And after a couple seconds, you get a yellow flag thrown, and it's excessive celebration, and it's like 5 or 10 yards added onto the play against your team. And what was kind of funny is they had a defensive back named William Gay who got a defensive interception, and then he returned the interception for a pick 6. And as he was in the end zone, he started celebrating, but he celebrated for too long, and he saw the flag thrown. So what he did was he decided, well, I already got the flag thrown, so why don't I just keep celebrating? And it's kind of funny because it was like they said it was like a unknown record. He set like the NFL record for longest celebration. He celebrated for a minute straight on the sidelines, dancing, swimming, hanging out with his coaches, jumping up and down. And to be honest, I mean, in his opinion, I would do the same thing. If you already got that flag thrown, there's no reason not to just use it. Like, you're going to get 10 or 15 yards. You might as well get the best out of it, get your money's worth, if you will. So, good for him, because I think just in general that kind of represents their entire game. They were hyped up. They were playing a rival team, and they got the big win. He got a big play. Their defense did good. Their offense did good like normal. So, good for him. Next topic I want to talk about is the Jaguars and the Colts game. This game was ugly, especially for the quarterback, Matt Hasselbeck. The Colts started out winning. They started out beating the Jaguars, but then the Jaguars ended up putting the most points up in it by an NFL team this year. They beat them like, let me check the score. I don't even know. I know that the Jaguars put up like 51. I think the Colts put up like 18 maybe. And it was bad. It was like this first quarter they did fine, and the Colts were winning. And then second quarter it just slowly shifted powers, and the Jaguars started to take control. And then after that, it was an utter annihilation. It was 51-16. That's bad. I mean, that means that they scored at least 7 times on you in 4 quarters. It's almost twice a quarter. I mean, that's pretty bad. You should never let a team destroy you that bad. And the Jaguars, I mean, no offense to them, but the Jaguars aren't even like the greatest team in the NFL. It's not like they're like crazy good. They're just kind of the Jaguars. You know, they're here and there, but they're never like awesome. Last thing I want to talk about today is the Raiders and the Broncos game. The Broncos lost to the Raiders 15-12. This, I think, is a really big letdown for the Broncos because, I mean, the Raiders, they're a good team. Their quarterback is very good. Derek Carr was like rated the #1 quarterback for the first like 4 weeks in the NFL, and they have a star wide receiver, Amari Cooper, good running back, Latavius Murray. But that's kind of sad that you have to lose to the Raiders because the Broncos were like the best team for like 2 or 3, 4 years straight. And then they went out and they lost to the Raiders. You know, the Raiders, like I said, good team, but not, you know, the best yet. I still feel like they're a developing team. They got a lot of young players, so it's kind of sad that they lost to the Broncos. Or I should say, it's kind of sad that the Broncos lost to them because they're a better team all around, I think, and they couldn't get it going with Brock Osweiler, and he hasn't really struggled like that the past 3 games he started. So I do feel bad with for the Broncos, and that was kind of an embarrassing loss, if you will. I don't know. I guess that's the best way to say it. And then the very last thing I'm going to do in every video is give you my projections for the weeks to come. This time it's just going to be one projection. It's going to be the Monday night game tonight. So by the time this is up, because my phone's about to die, you may have already seen the game, or you may have already started to see the games. It's the Giants and the Dolphins. I have the Giants winning this one probably. If I have to give a score, I would say probably around like 28-21, 28-20, 24 maybe, around there in Giants' favor. I think the Giants have had it reeling as of late, especially Odell Beckham Jr. He's really gotten it together and kicked it into high gear. So I think all around, I think the Giants are going to do better. I think the Miami Dolphins probably don't really want it as much. I think the Giants are still definitely in the hunt in their weird kind of division. Their division's kind of, it's like they're all tied. Like they're the top 3 teams out of the 4. They're all tied at like the same thing. So I think they want it more. And that's about it, guys, for me from this second episode. Again, I apologize that it's not the best editing. It's a little bit longer, a little bit shorter than last time. Let's see, yeah, last time was like 12 minutes. This one's only 8 minutes, so that's better. But yeah, that's about it for me, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment what you guys want me to do in this thing. I tried to change it up a little bit this week, do a little bit different from last week. But yeah, that's really about it, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.